Wide receiver Chris Godwin. Now any little questions?
What's up, guys?
Hey,
How you doing?
Sean was just talking about just his perception of watching you guys on the road versus home. He said it needs to be a little maybe more energy. You kind of feel that way, that maybe that's you guys have dominated teams at home 5-0, 21 point difference between scores.
Yeah.
And on the road it's been a little bit different.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. But you gotta figure out ways to bring our own energy and start faster. I think that'll solve a lot of things. That a lot of guys get hyped, get into the game a lot faster, and try to negate the problems that come with loud opposing crowds.
You guys have had good practices before. We talked about the last road game, but you came out on Sunday and like that first drive, you guys were on point. We saw you carry the ball. We saw Mike carry the ball for the first time ever. Like, how sharp was that, and what do you attribute to just you guys being so crisp in your execution to start that game?
Yeah, I mean it was very dope that we were able to do that. I think that that was as efficient of a job as you can have, in my opinion. And I think I think being home had a little bit to play. Just being in front of the home crowd. Monday Night Football, it's an exciting time. But I think it's also like a conscious decision by the guys that we were kind of made that we just got to be better. And I think we have to continue to make that conscious decision as we move forward, and like in away games, but just as the season goes. We're starting to come down to the wire here, and a lot of these games are going to be very important for us.
We've seen you carry the ball one of the biggest plays of the season, right? You closed out the NFC Championship game with a carry. But we're seeing it more and more. How much do you enjoy running the football versus catching and running the football?
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's a nice little wrinkle. I did a little bit of it in high school, so it's cool that I'm getting an opportunity to do that again. But I mean, I look at it the same way I look at everything else. In terms of my role. It's like whatever the team needs me to do. I feel like I'm capable of doing those things, and they believe in me, and they put the trust in me to be able to carry the ball and do the things that I'm able to do. So I take a lot of pride in that. Take a lot of pride in blocking and in catching the ball. Try to be the best all-around receiver that I can be, and I think I'm one of the best in the league.
Chris, the play you scored on Monday, they like throwing those screens to you. What is the key to kind of being comfortable in tight spaces and making people miss and making that play work?
Yeah, I mean, it's really just that, it's being comfortable, in those tight spaces, but also being able to trust the guys that you're working with. I think I have a really good feel and a really good rapport, like with all of our guys, all of our linemen and tight ends and receivers that block. Like I trust that they're going to get their blocks. And I try to do my best to set it up for them so that they can have easier blocks and we can kind of hit it moving. Because a lot of times those screens hit so fast, and the defensive guys, they do such a great job of pursuing the ball. Especially like the D lineman retracing and stuff. So there's really no time for hesitation. If you hesitate, it's a dead play. So you really just got to trust your guys and hit it on a run.
You feel as a player the positive energy from the home crowd versus being on the road, that negative energy from the crowd?
Yeah, you definitely feel it. It's awesome being at home because it feels like the city is electric when we're at home. They're always so proud to come out and support us, and we really appreciate that. We feed off of that energy, and on the flip side, on the road, you can feel that negative energy. But what I will say is when you're on the road, especially against a great crowd, and they're all rowdy, and then you quiet them, I think that's a completely different feeling. It's a lot of pride that comes with that as well.
You ever hear what they're saying to you when you're on the road?
Sometimes, sometimes when it's like a quiet moment and you're not like in the game, like you hear some of the fans kind of heckling. Like there was a guy in Washington that he would not shut up the whole game. Like I'm surprised that guy could still talk by the end of the game, man. He's yelling the whole time. So like sometimes it's funny, but sometimes it's annoying.
What are you saying?
Man, just a whole bunch of wild stuff. Just like to everybody, like anybody that was near him, he was yelling at him. Just whatever he can come up with. Like I respect it because he was getting real creative, but it's like he's just chirping.
Chris, what do you expect out there to be successful? What's it going to take to make it work?
Honestly, we got to do a great job of being in the right spots, at the right time. I think time is going to be a really good, really important thing for us this week. And then finishing, in everything that we do. I think we got to do a better job of finishing in the run game, try to help spring some bigger runs, and just being smart with the ball. The coach, they do a really good job of getting turnovers, and you can tell it's an emphasis for them. So we're going to have to make sure that we protect the ball, that we finish, and that we're where we're supposed to be.
time last year, you guys started to separate. Brady's always said, that after Thanksgiving, the games get fewer, right? So they're more important because there's not as many of them. Maybe one more this year. Is there a sense of that as a player that kind of gone through the grind of the season and now past the holidays come and you're feeling towards the end now?
Yeah, I think you do start to feel that a little bit. I think as the season kind of comes down to the wire, like I've said, we're all aware that the games are more and more important. But like especially like once you get past your bye week, it's it's you're back to the grind, and like there's no breaks in between here. Like the schedule is what it is, and we just got to go to work. And I think some of the experience that we got last year helps. Just kind of understand like what to expect. But man, I think it's going to be important for us to stay together as a team. Keep pulling the rope in the right direction, and just keep going to work. We got a bunch of like good and tough opponents coming up here, and we're all trying to make our push for the playoffs. So it's the most important time of the year.
You put up 30 against the Giants, but Bruce was saying you left a lot of stuff still out there. Do you kind of look at you guys haven't played your best yet, and there's still that that ceiling can be raised down the stretch here?
Yeah, I would say so. I think when you look at a lot of our games, we've obviously performed a lot better at home. I think we're close to like 40 points a game or something like that at home compared to like 20 or something on the road. And I think just like overall, I think that we have to do a better job of putting together a complete game offensively. Our defense has been playing good, but like we got to be able to do a better job of marrying up the run and the pass game. Like there have been games where we've thrown the ball for 400 yards, but and then there's other games where we run the ball for 150 or 200 yards, but we got to, match them up together. And I think once we do that, I think you'll really start to see the potential of this offense.
Does that include Tom running the ball a little bit more?
Oh, he's every time I see him run the ball, man, I'm just like, please get down. Like the one guy came and like dove at his leg. I'm like, he's definitely gonna slide here. Nope. What he does a little Tom hurdle, like whatever that was. But it was dope to see him get that first down, and the crowd loved it, man. That was an electrifying moment, and it's exciting. But I gotta make sure my boy gets down. Yeah, he was gassed up. I think this is the most running he's done in his career. Like I'll be interested to see like what those stats are. But he probably got like 30 or 40 yards. He's trying to break a record or something.
Anything else? Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Happy holidays.